Alright, this will be my WWE Raw review for June 30th, 2014. Overall, this Raw was a very good, enjoyable Raw. Probably one of the best Raw since Raw after Mania, in my opinion. But it opened up with both Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. They're in the ring, and they say that, you know what? They can't live in history. They gotta live for the future. Literally taking a jab on Daniel Bryan. Although Daniel Bryan is still hurt, he might require another surgery. And they talk about John Cena, being an A-plus player and now becoming a 15-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion. This is literally Triple H's way to shove Cena's 15 title reigns down our faces. And again, you gotta admire the troll game of Triple H. Now comes Cena. And Cena says, you know what, I know you guys mentioned Daniel Bryan. I know you guys won't give him a title match when he returns. So you know what, Daniel Bryan, if you're watching this, when you return, I will give you the title match that you deserve. A shot at titles that you never lost. And the crowd went crazy for that. And then Triple H and Stephanie said, you know what, at Battleground, John Cena, you will face Roman Reigns, Kane, and Randy Orton in a fatal four-way match for the titles. And also, John Cena has been announced to be on the cover of the latest WWE 2K15 game that will be coming in October. The design overall, the cover, is not really that bad. People were shitting on it earlier today. At the end of the day, it is what it is, in my opinion. Triple H says, you know what, John, if you manage to survive Fatal 4-Way at Battleground, there's always a plan B. And out comes Seth Rollins, implying that Seth Rollins will eventually cash in at Battleground, who knows. But the main event tonight was a tag team match. John Cena, Roman Reigns versus Kane and Randy Orton. Then we get the first match of the night, Rob Van Dam versus Seth Rollins, which was an okay match from what I've heard because I missed it. I went to get my Chinese food, but I managed to catch the YouTube clip and I saw Seth Rollins hitting Rob Van Dam with the curb stomp. And then there's an interview with Seth Rollins and Renee Young, and Seth Rollins talking about, you know what, he is now the Mr. Money in the Bank. He's going to cash in whenever he wants, on where he wants to, and it doesn't matter. No one can stop him. And then Dean Ambrose appeared on the Titantron. He tells Seth Rollins that, you know what, cash in whenever you want, but I will be there to stop you, and nothing you can do about it. Pretty much just to carry the feud. And then you had Lana Rusev, who came out to the ring, and then Lana said that America is a country of failure, and that there's parents in this country telling their children that America is the best nation in the world, but it's a lie. And then she mentions Vladimir Putin once again. It will not be a Lana promo without mentioning Vladimir Putin, let's be honest. And then out comes Swagger and Coulter, and literally Coulter goes into Lana's face. They're going back and forth on the mic. And then there's a face-off between Rusev and Swagger, and Lana tries to control Rusev, and it ends up with Swagger arm dragging Rusev 2 times, and the crowd went crazy. Obviously now, Jack Swagger is a babyface. I'm gonna be honest, I dig the direction they're going, because let's be honest, nobody wanted to see Rusev versus Big E again. Alright, I think this is the good direction to go. I'm just hoping they don't mess this up, but again, it's WWE, and they're known for messing things up, let's be honest. Then you had the Uso and Sheamus versus the Wyatt family, which was an okay 6-person tag. Luke Harper delivered a big boot to Sheamus outside the ring. Then he delivered, I believe, a super kick, I think, to Sheamus inside the ring. And it picked up at the end. Everyone did their usual stuff here, and then Luke Harper clotheslined one of the Usos for the win. Then out came Bo Dallas, and he talks about there's a moment of silence for Wade Barrett and Daniel Bryan, and there's a long moment of silence. The crowd's booing it, whatever. And then he mentions, you know what, last night, Daniel Bryan, I showed you that I was the bigger person. You try to make fun of me, whatever. They played a video package of Daniel Bryan and Bo Dallas in the ring at Money in the Bank on the pre-show, where Daniel Bryan called Bo Dallas a Bo nerd. He told him to Bo leave, and again, something there, but it was whatever. Then you had Nikki Bella versus the Funkadactyls, which no one really cared about. There was no reaction from the crowd. At the end of it, the Funkadactyls got the win. Then there's a face-off between Cameron and Naomi, pretty much hinting that, yeah, they're going to break up real soon, and Cameron is now being known as the bomb.com. Then it was announced that Bad News Barrett, because of his injury that he suffered on SmackDown, he has to vacate the Intercontinental title due to surgery. So now what's going to happen at Battleground, they're going to crown a new Intercontinental Champion, whoever wins this Battle Royal. I'm going to be honest, I would have rather seen them do another tournament, as cheesy as it may sound, than to have a Battle Royal. I don't know why, but I just feel like that way. I don't know why. And then you had Cesaro versus Kofi Kingston, which was, an okay match. Apparently, during the commercial break, Cesaro lost to Kofi, and then after that, Cesaro went on berserk to attack Kofi Kingston. And then you had Santino Marella and Adam Rose backstage promoting the Twisted Iced Tea, which was a whatever segment, literally WWE kissing ass to a product to be sponsored by. So yeah, they promote an alcoholic beverage on a PG show. Then you had Damien Sandow dressed as Vince McMahon. Then it appeared that Stephanie was pissed at Sandow for doing that. And then she made the Great Khali versus Sandow, which was a squash match. Literally in like 2 seconds, the match ended. And then you had the return of a former world champion. It was rumored earlier the day that it was going to be Chris Jericho. And Justin Roberts announced, well, please welcome back a former world champion, a movie star, whatever. And out came The Miz to a swerve. Let's be honest, it was a good swerve by WWE. And then pretty much out of that, out came Jericho. The crowd went ape shit, and Miz looked mad about it. And Jericho hit The Miz with the code breaker. And just when Jericho was about to say Raw is Jericho, out come the Wyatt family to attack Jericho. I'll say this, from what it looks like they're going to do a Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt, which I really don't mind. Knowing Jericho, what we've seen over the last couple of years of his work, you know he's going to put over the Wyatt family, or Bray Wyatt in this case, which I think he doesn't really mind, which is fine by me, but at the end of the day, it's cool to see him back. Let's be honest here. Then you had Dolph Ziggler versus Fandango, which a match was short. You know, Summer Rae came out, she kissed Ziggler in front of Fandango, then Ziggler kisses Summer Rae in front of Fandango, then Fandango gets distracted, and then Ziggler hits the zigzag for the win. Then you had Ryback versus Goldust and Stardust, which literally no one really cared about. Let's be honest. This was the same shit from the pay-per-view last night. Again, you know, Stardust and Goldust got the win, and what else can I say about this, you know? And then you had Paige, who comes out, and she talks about how there's people who said that she did not deserve to be on the main roster, she did not deserve to be the Divas champion. Out comes AJ Lee. Yes, AJ Lee returned tonight. We had the return of AJ Lee and Jericho. And the crowd went crazy. They went apeshit for it. She gets in the ring. She tells Paige, you know what, Paige? You proved me wrong. You know, when I was Divas champion for as long as I was, you know, I thought that I was superior to everybody. I let it get to my head. And you slapped me back to reality. And she pretty much asked for a rematch in a way. Even though Paige didn't want to give it to her. Because she's like, oh, I'm not stupid. I know what you're trying to do here. I'm not going to do it. And AJ's like, oh, do you guys want to see a rematch? And the crowd was saying yes. And it happened. And AJ Lee beat Paige in 63 seconds. I'll be honest, at first I was like, great, you literally shit on Paige, but you know what? Moments have passed, and I don't mind it really. Because let's be honest, I'll say this. Paige's Divas title run was putrid. It is not her fault, it's the way she was booked. You bring her in from NXT, and right off the bat you have her beat AJ Lee. And then after that, you let her have these random matches against people that we all know for a fact she's better than. But the fact that these matches were not really the best Divas title matches that she's had, like, you know, against Tamina, then against, you know, Alicia Fox numerous times, now against Naomi, and, you know, it's so on and so forth, alright? But I'm gonna be honest, I'm hoping that this feud could work, which I think it will. I think the Divas division needs to have AJ Lee versus Paige. And from what it looks like now, Paige will be the heel in this. So hopefully at Battleground they go at it again, and hopefully now it's not a short match or 63 seconds. Hopefully now they can have a good, decent match, a good 10 to 15 minute match. Then you had the main event, Cena and Reigns versus Kane and Randy Orton, which ended in DQ. And then Kane tombstone Cena, and the crowd went crazy for that. It was silence. People were wondering, did Cena break his neck? Then out comes Seth Rollins with the briefcase with the referee, and Cole was like, oh no, not this way, not this way. And just when you think that Seth Rollins is about to cash in the briefcase on Cena, out comes Dean Ambrose and attacks Seth Rollins. They go into the crowd and they brawl. And Kane grabs the chair, ready to hit Cena with it. And Roman Reigns spears Kane, the Demon Kane. And there's an epic face-off with Roman Reigns and Triple H, giving you the hint that, yeah, they're going to go at it. Most likely SummerSlam. So there you go. Overall, Raw was a very good, enjoyable show. I really did enjoy it. If you missed it, go back and watch on the network. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section of this video. Your thoughts on Raw as a whole, and what do you want to see now going into Battleground. Share this on all your social media, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Google+. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you all later in the next video. I am out. Peace.